romantic relationships, or the relationship with your significant other or your marriage, is one of the most important relationships in your life, simply because of the amount of time you're going to spend with that person and the impact that they're going to have on you as who you are, as who you become, but also on the elements of life in which you create, because you're truly co-creating your life and your existence with that person. And one of the things that often goes wrong when interacting in our romantic relationship, that really derails it, can break it down, can diminish our relationships with our significant others, etc., is simply the mismanagement of expectations. And so often when we have an expectation, we don't communicate that expectation. We don't let the other person know that we have an expectation. And when the other person is incapable of or doesn't meet our expectation, we often get upset, or we get angry, or we get mad. And all of a sudden, that becomes a way of being in the relationship. And so instead of getting upset or reacting to the reality of unmet expectations, sort of going on again and again and again, the way you make sure you get your expectations met is you simply identify them, number one, communicate them to the other person and see if they're capable and willing to show up for the expectation, and then make sure you give them permission to sort of say yes to showing up for the expectation, and give them permission to say no to showing up for the expectation. And instead of getting upset by way of they don't meet your expectation, instead manage the expectation. So if they are willing and capable of meeting the expectation, they agree to show up for it, celebrate that, be grateful for that, and acknowledge them for showing up for it. In the space where they're not willing or able to meet the expectation, maybe short term, maybe long term, then that's on you to manage and make sure that you can get to a place of acceptance around they're not going to meet that particular expectation for a period of time. They may meet another 90% of your other expectations, but they're just not going to meet that one expectation for a while. And so get to a place where you can have acceptance around that, so that instead of getting frustrated and upset and then essentially breaking the relationship down, you can get to a place of just moving on and focusing on all the things that are going really well in the relationship. If you want to dive deeper into this idea, this concept, check out my book, Relationship Alchemy, where you can learn a lot more about expectations and how to enhance your relationship.